Hello, everybody out there on the internet. Listen, you need to know something that nobody is telling you right now, and that is that the Kiwanis Club, the Lions Club, and the Rotary Club, all these international clubs that are in your local governments, are actually supporting the UN and are supported by the UN. So, you wonder why we're having problems with our local governments doing things that we don't agree with, but the UN does. That's because they're infiltrated by these organizations, members of these organizations, and they're the ones that are sitting in the seats in your local government. You're not aware of this, are you? Well, I'm aware of it. I'm well aware of it. And I'm letting everybody else know. Can you guess what those three organizations' colors are? Well, I'll tell you if you can't guess. They're blue and yellow, the same colors as Ukraine, which is what? Well, the Ukraine is nothing but a money laundering black hole. We already know this to be true, but you're not seeing Alex Jones. You're not seeing anybody. Dan Bongino, nobody's covering the fact that the UN is infiltrated into our local governments by these organizations that are not American organizations. They're UN organizations, and they're in your towns, your cities, and your local governments. You need to check out who these people are, find out if they know exactly what they're a member of, and if they're proud of it, then you got to get them out. That's what you have to do. I'm just doing this video. It's a short video. I hate World of Tanks because it's a con man game. Yes, it is a con man game. You have to pay money if you want to have fun. If you don't pay money and you're a free player like me and you watch me every day, then you know 15 to 5 or less is common for the free to play player. Not for the pay to play player, but the free to play. And their patent, it even tells you that. So World of Tanks is a ripoff. Anything that's wargaming is a ripoff. Most of all of your companies that are gaming companies and they're doing things for money are also part of the globalist plan. You understand? They're giving homage to them. Those clubs and organizations give money to the UN, and the UN support them. And the people that are members of them think they're doing a good thing. Time for you to get out if you're in any of those organizations. Look into your organization's charter. See what the charter says. The charter will tell you if it's UN or not. You want to join an organization or be part of something? Go to your American Legion, your local American Legion. Support them. They support the Constitution. You understand where I'm coming from? We're in a war right now. We need to know who our enemies are, especially those who are local, the local enemies. Nobody seems to want to care. Well, you need to care now because fixing to have another lockdown. The beef is now getting a feline tuberculosis. September, beef prices will be through the roof. You won't be able to afford to buy a steak. Why are they bringing people across the border? Because they give them a phone, they give them $2,000 a month, and they're at the beck and call of who's on the other end of that phone that gave it to them, that's going to command them and tell them what to do. You ever heard of the movie Purge? There's a Purge 2. Well, that's just predictive programming to let you know what's coming. That's what they're here for, to take our stuff. Period. New York's mayor knows it. Well, that's Sanctuary City. All those sanctuary cities know it. They supported it. Where'd they get the idea? From the UN, from Klaus Schwab, from the WIF. Come on, wake up, people. It's an organization that is blue and yellow. Even the Boy Scouts is blue and yellow. I was a Boy Scout. I don't support them now either. Check it out. Scout is trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent. I remember that. 63 years old. a former Marine, a Cub Scout, Webelow, Boy Scout. My mother was a den mother while my father was in the Navy. He retired from the Navy as a Blue Angel. A lot of people know that. My grandfather retired from the Army Air National Guard in Alabama. We go all the way back to being the bad guys in Braveheart. The truth. There's a town we come from. It's got our last name to it. It's got the only triangle crystal cathedral in England or Great Britain, whatever you want to call it. My ancestors came over here and were conscripted right into the Confederate Army as wagon wheel and cannon wheel builders because they both knew how to blacksmith, because they owned blacksmiths. They built their own swords, got a coat of arms, had a castle, found Motor Lodge in Great Britain. My family left Great Britain so they could get away from this same thing that's now in America and is poisoning everything. That is wormwood. Think about it, folks. It's important that you know these things. Nobody's covering the UN-sponsored clubs and organizations that have infiltrated our local governments and our national governments. I put in calls to my congressmen and my representatives, let them know this. None of them called me back. I live in Alabama. I'm the Alabama Watchman on every platform, the same names, SARGEMARINE, Sarge Marine. You want the latest real news? You can find it on my YouTube channel. You can find it. Facebook, Sarge Marine, Alabama Watchman. All that feed is the latest real news. But this news I'm telling you about with these organizations that have infiltrated our government is not being spoke about because a lot of these people are members of those organizations that you think are conservatives that love America. Well, they don't love America. They're not conservatives. They're globalist shills, liars, murderers, adrenochrome junkies. You know, Adrena, the operating system for Chrome, in the Chrome books. You know, Chrome, Adrena, Chrome. It's in your face, folks. You know where you get adrenochrome from? Terrified children in pain just before they die is extracted from their brain. Then these vampires take it to prolong their lives. You want how these people in Congress and Senate could be there, for 50 years. Look how old these people are. Have you not seen Joe Biden's lookalikes? Not even lookalikes, but even wearing masks where the lines don't go across on his neck. They go up and down. That's a mask. This all in our faces. I'm telling you to get ready because the purge is coming. And I got news for you. Where I'm around and where I'm at, and in these southern states that will be countries soon, because they're destroying the United States. I'm hoping the Convention of States can actually become something real. Aren't going to stand for it. They're not going to stand for it. If you're a member of one of those organizations and you're not standing with America and you're not putting those colors off, I pity you. Because everybody sees this and everybody already knows, we're ready, Freddie. Semper Fi. Hoorah. Share this with everybody. You got the nads to do it. Love you guys. We're patriots of your country. All patriots of their country are my brothers. Your country is more important than any other country, just like mine is to me. Stand up for it. Get rid of these organizations. Get rid of the UN. Get rid of it. Get rid of it now. Be blessed in Yahshua's name, or whichever one you consider to be the creator.